operation naman tayo. May commutative property tayo. Alright? Okay. O, sige nga. You try this one. Ito muna, bago tayo pumunta sa system. Try to find the determinants. Okay. Find the determinant of matrix A. Oh, answer? All right. So, tama, no? Jillian, Margarita, Villamor, that's correct. Okay? The determinants of A is equal to that. Correct. Okay na? Sign, please. Sign. Clarence, your answer is correct. Clarence Santos. Mikhail, check. Jam, check. Karel, check. Princess, check. David. Carl, please check the sign. Pechon, check. Marquez, check the sign. Janil, check. Jairus, Carla Spera. Yan, okay na. Rosette, check the sign, please. Yeah, Adriel, check. Okay, so that means the answer is negative. Angelo, yes, correct, no? Negative 2. Okay, how do we get negative 2? Of course, we just multiply, no? So, 1 times 4 is 4, minus 3 times 2 is 6. So, therefore, the determinants of A is equal to 4 minus 6 is negative 2. This is the answer. Okay? So who got this right? Aside from those I mentioned earlier, the names of those whom I mentioned names. Okay na? Okay, now, tanong. How are we going to use the determinants in order for us to find the solution of the system? Okay, balikan natin ha. Wait lang. Mabilis ba ako? All right. What about this one? So, how are we going to use the Cramer's rule to find the solution for the system of linear equations with 2 variables? All right. Now, for example, you were given the linear system. So, you know that there are 2 equations, right? So, the A, the B, and C, so it should always be written in standard form. Dapat laging ganitong pagkakaayos niya. Kung hindi nakaganyan, what should you do? You just have to rewrite them, arrange them, bago ka magsimula ng Cramer's rule. Do you understand po? So, this is the X column, this is the Y column, and this is the constant. All right? So, A, B, and C sub 1, A sub 2, B sub 2, C sub 2. Di ba ganyan ang system natin? Okay, now, let's see. Now, if this is the system, to find the coefficients ng determinants natin, okay, we will be using the coefficient of this will be, or the determinants, no? The determinants will be A sub 1, B sub A sub 1, A sub 2, B sub 1, B sub 2. On the first column, A sub 1, A sub 1, A sub 2 tayo. Sa second column, B sub 1, B sub 2. Now, for the matrix ng coefficient ng X, C sub 1, C sub 2, B sub 1, B sub 2. For the determinants, no, or coefficient of matrix ng determinants ng Y would be A sub 1, A sub 2, C sub 1, C sub 2. O, tandaan nyo ha. A, B. Kapag determinants lang, A, B. Pag X lang ang hinahanap mo, determinant ng X, C, B. Pag determinant ng Y, A, C. O, we know that this is always A, B, and C. Naintindihan po? Ha? Naintindihan po ito? Okay, now how are we going to use this formula? Okay, now suppose we're trying to find the solution for variable x. Ito po ang gagawin nyo. If we're trying to find the solution for variable x, so therefore, the determinant of x over the determinant of d, or the determinant. So meaning, no, c sub 1 over c sub 1, c sub 2, b sub 1, b sub 2, a sub 1, a sub 2, b sub 1, b sub 2. Yung y naman, to find the y, of course, we will be use the determinants for y. So a naman and c. Pero pareho lang ng determinants. Okay, so that would be our formula. Okay, go. Sulat niyo muna para solve na. So ito bali ngayon yung gagamitin natin, no? This is what we're going to use in order for us to find the solution. Okay, so are you ready? Tapos na po? Tingnan nyo lang yung pagkaayos ng mga ng variables niya. Nagka-copy pa sila. Sige lang, go. Wala sa libro, no? Wala kayo sa libro niyan? Carl, Kyle, Adrian, Jeric, is there something wrong, Hans, with your Eman? Angelo, is there something wrong with your camera? Jam, turn on your camera. Ang nasa likod ng camera, pangit. Joke lang. Okay, sige, Jam. Okay lang. Basta magpa-participate kayo ha. Baka kasi hindi kayo nagpa-participate sa likod ng camera. Paayos nyo na nga yung inyong mga, yung mga gadgets nyo. Alright, so, example na tayo. Ready na? Oh, hindi pwedeng hindi magsasubmit ha. Okay, ready? Example muna si ma'am. Ayan. Suppose I will answer this one. No? 4x minus 3y equals 11. 6x plus 5y equals 7. So I have to find the solution. But this time, I will be using Cramer's rule. Okay? So, ganun din, no? Asan na ba yung annotation? Ito, here. Okay, so what we're going to do is to find the determinants first. Hanapin niyo muna yung determinants niya, no? So, di ba, the determinants is A, no? A, B, ganyan, di ba? A B. A sub 1, B sub 1. Wait lang ha. Okay, A sub 1, A sub 1, A sub 2, B sub 1, B sub 2. Tama? Okay. Now, coming from our system, we know that this variable x are your A and B are your Y and the constant is your C. So just plug in the value. So 4, 6, negative 3, and 5. Okay, then do your determinants. That's 4 times 5 is 20. 6 times 3 is negative 18. Remember that the formula is negative and this is negative. Careful kayo doon ha, especially pag negative. So 20, negative, and negative will give us positive. So that's 20 plus 18. And so the determinants is 38. All right, now let's try to solve for the x solution. Okay, remember that to find the value of x, the x coordinate of your solution, you have to get the determinant of x over the determinants. Tama? And the determinant of x, ano yung determinant of x natin? C yan, di ba? C sub 1, C sub 2, B sub 1, B sub 2. Correct? Alright. So, ang C natin from here is 11. Okay? So, 11 siya, no? 11. Tapos, 7. And then, we have B, which is negative 3 and 5. Okay, then cross multiply. 11 times 5 is 55. Minus 7 times negative 3 is negative 21. So, how much is this? 55 plus 21. That will give you 76. All right. And we know that the determinants, kinompute na natin kanina. Anong value niya? 38. Diba? Plug in nyo na lang yung value. So therefore, the x variable here could be obtained by dividing this by 38. So ganun siya. Divided by 38. So how much is this? 76 divided by 38 is 2. So that's the value of your x for the solution. Now, as for the y, ganun din, no? Y is the determinants of y over the determinants. And we know that the determinants of y is A and C. So, A to, A sub 1, A sub 2, okay, C sub 1, C sub 2. Pero the determinants earlier, the same, no? That's 38 because we obtained that already. All right. So, now, plug in the value. Over 38 tayo. Ano nga tayo? A, no? We have 4 and 6, and your C is 11 and 7. So, therefore, we have 4 times 7 is 28. And 11 times 6 is 66 minus 66. So that will give us over 38. So 28 minus 66 will give us negative 38 over 38. So therefore, the value of y is negative 1. So what does it mean? Therefore, the solution set, all right, the solution set would be 2. Remember, that's x muna and negative 1. Okay? Oh, so yan po ang ating tinatawag na Cramer's rule. Okay? Oh, check. Kayo naman. Naintindihan po ba? O mabilis si ma'am? Okay lang? Lower. O, try kayo. May isa pa o ano? Okay, ako yung may tanong. Di ba ito kasi may solution. Eh di ba ang dami nating types ng system. Meron tayong many solutions, which is infinite, no? Infinite solutions. Yung tinatawag nating consistent and dependent. And the other one is the inconsistent, yung walang solution. Paano mo malalaman? Using determinants, how will I be able to determine whether there is no solution or infinite solution? Okay, ganito po ha. Pagka ito kasi walang problema. Ibig sabihin, this system guys, po, ito, no? Ibig sabihin, this system is consistent and independent. Okay? Kasi meron siyang solution. Meron siyang one solution and this is the solution set. Okay. Naintindihan niyo ba yung sinasabi ni ma'am? Okay. Now, paano ko malalaman? Paano po malalaman kapag no solution? Pag no solution tayo, ito yung lalabas. Okay? Wait lang. Pagka no solution, guys, ang inyong system or no solution at all, pareho silang magiging undefined. Magkakaroon kayo ng value sa here. Magkakaroon kayo ng value sa determinant ng x at sa determinant ng y. There is a value for this. But for the determinants is always 0. So meaning, lagi kayong magde-divide ng 0. Halimbawa, nakuha mo dito ay 5/0. Determinant ng x, meron ka 5/0. So ang x mo ay undefined. Ganon din pag kinuha mo yung determinants ng y. Halimbawa, nakuha mo determinants ng y is 10. Tapos, syempre, ang determinant natin is 0. Okay. So, pag nakita nyo ganito, ibig sabihin that there is no solution. Gets nyo? Okay. Now, anong ibig sabihin nun? That means that our system, yung binigay na system, linear equations, is inconsistent. Ibig sabihin, inconsistent siya. Inconsistent type of system. Okay? Ulit ko ha. No solution kapag may value ka ng determinant ng x, pero sa determinant itself, yung unang-unang sinusolve natin, 0 na siya agad. Okay? Ganon din sa y. So kaya nagiging undefined. Remember, we cannot divide by 0, so this is undefined. Alright? These are all undefined. Kaya no solution, which means the system is inconsistent. Now, paano naman yung infinite solution? Pag infinite solution or many solutions, tayo ha, lagay ko dito. So kapag infinite solution naman guys, infinite solutions, which means that the system is consistent and dependent. Consistent and dependent. Ayan. Alam nyo, pagka ganito, unang-una pa lang, aside from this, kasi ito yung una natin sinusolve, yung determinant natin, 0 na. Tapos, yung determinant ng x, 0 pa rin. Yung determinant ni y, 0 pa rin. So, meaning, you're trying to divide ito, 0 by 0. So, pagka ganun ang nakita nyo, that means infinite solution na yon. Pag pareho sila nag-0. Pero pag yung isa sa kanila, may nakuha ka pang determinants ng x or determinants ng y, may value pa, determinant mo lang ang naging 0, ibig sabihin no solution lang siya. Do I make myself clear? Hello? O sige, kopyahin nyo muna yan. Okay. Now, try tayong practice. Ma'am, okay. Sige. Alright, try nating mag-practice ha. Pwede na ating to. So try to practice this one, guys. Wait, clear ko lang ha. Ayan, so you have two numbers here. Try to solve for number 1 and number 2. Then, ano po sa akin ang sagot? Answer privately, chat box. Use Cramer's rule, to solve for the solution or to find the solution. Okay, number 1. Yeah, Jillian, that's correct. Margarita and Adrian. Tama yung sagot nyo. Number 1. Proceed to number 2. Okay, tingnan natin to. Kyle, check. John Wilson, check. Jairus, check. Number 1. Karil, please check the sign, anak. For number 1. Angelo, check. Ayin also, please check the sign. Villamor, check. Clarence, check. Mara, check. Janil, check. Mark Hernandez, and ano to? Hindi ko maintindihan. X over 3? Okay, Gwen, this is correct. Mark Hernandez, paki-recheck, paki-retype mo anak. Rosette, this one is correct. Jam, can you please recheck your sign for X? Adrian, number 2. Check ang sign ng Y. Ayin, check for number 1. Check the sign, John Wilson, ng number 2. Carl, this one is correct. 1 and 2, correct. Carl Aspera. Yeah, Ladra, check for number 1. Renz, check number 1. Pechon, we are only going to get the X and the Y. Please recheck this one. Just write X and Y. Yeah, Margarita, this one is correct. Mikhail, please recheck resolve number 1. Jillian, resolve number 2. Kirk also. Kirk, anong number 2, Kirk? Number 1, number 2. 1. Okay, recheck mo ulit. Resolve. John Wilson, check the sign ng Y mo. Pechon, resolve po. Resolve. Number 1 to, Pechon, di ba? Kyle, resolve number 2. Sign. Check the sign. Adrian, check the sign. Karil, number 1, check. Nathaniel, number 1, check. Check nyo yung sign nyo. Remember that 0, 0 yan. Kisha, please recheck. Villamor, number 2, please recheck. Clarence, number 2, please recheck. Caitlin, number 2, check. Jairus, number 2, check, recheck. Angelo, number 2, check. Tiyagaan lang yan, tiyagaan. Okay, Jam, this one is correct na. Mark, ano to? Number 1 ba to? Number ano?
1 po, ma'am.
Bakit variable y? Anong number ng variable y? What's the value of the y? Mali yata tong type mo na. Janelle, this one is correct for number 2. Angelica, please recheck number 1. Yan, Clarence, this is good. Yan, Adrian, tama. Kisha, please redo or resolve. Ayin, check. Yan, Mark Hernandez, okay na to. Yeah, oo, Jillian, tama yan. Number 2, okay na yan. Madali, di ba? Madali ba ang Cramer's rule? Saan kayo nadadalian? Sa 3 method, alin ang madali? Ay, 4 pala. Yes, Jairus, this is correct. John Wilson, please check the X value. Tingnan mo yung sign. Karil, please recheck anong number 2, yung Y value. Na Margarita. Nasaan na Margarita? Ang ito po. Wala ka na send na sagot. Okay, Renz, this is correct. Rosette, check. Mara, check. Nathaniel, sign. Ito po yung mas madali sa akin. Oo, madali nga yan. Okay. So, tomorrow, 3 variables naman. Mali ang type mo na. Yan. Mark Hernandez, this is correct for number 2. Villamor, 30 talaga to? O magkamali ka lang ng type? Para nagkamali ka ng type. Ayan, okay. Tama na yan. Yes, Nicolay. Nicole Kai. Hindi ka naka-ano, no? Hindi ka naka-IPSA. Hindi ka naka-G Suite account. Pwede pa check. Nasaan ka? Ma-check ko na. Wait. Send mo nga lang, Neng. Ang haba na ng trend dito eh. Hindi ko naman siya mahanap. Wala hindi ko makita. Send mo na. Send mo ulit, Nicole.
Sige po.
Okay, tingnan natin. Ayan. Ito, tama to. Hindi, ito tama na to. Ito pa lang pala eh. Number 1 to, no? Yeah, this one is correct, Nicole. Number 2, Karil. Why na lang talaga sinend mo? Okay, Nathaniel, this one, please check the sign po ng Y. Jam, please check the sign both. Caitlin, this is correct for number 1. Okay? Ngayon, ganito po yan. Mikhail, number 2, please recheck. Princess, number 1, please recheck. Ayan na, Nathaniel, tama na to, nak. Okay? Siya. Time na po. Stop muna to, ha. Sundin nyo lang yung formula. Cross-multiply lang naman yun. Basta alam nyo lang yung formula. You will be able to follow, no? And then, dapat lang, tama lang yung inyong basic math, which is addition and subtraction, multiplication of integers. Yun lang naman po ang ano natin doon eh. Okay? Now, ang inyong performance test ay ganyan. Okay? Di ba we have how many methods? Graphing. You have graphing, you have substitution, you have elimination, you have Cramer's rule. Alright? 4 na method. Alright. So, bibigay ko sa inyo, mag-ready na lang kayo, no? Kasi this is oral and written. Okay? So, you will be given time to discuss that in class. So, you'll get one problem and try to solve, no, for that. Ipapaliwanag ko sa inyo, next week tayo mag-performance task, ha? Bibigay ko sa inyo yung ano, ipopost ko na yung, papaalam lang muna ako kay sir kung okay na yon. And then, ipopost natin sa Google Classroom. Basta sinasabi ko lang sa inyo that you will be solving, no, a problem of system of linear equations, and then you have to discuss that in class. So, explain mo. Okay? So, mag-isip na kayo. You can make your own problem and then discuss it in the class. So, para may idea na kayo. Now, it's your choice. What method will you use? Pero laging kasama ang graphing, ha? Pwera lang muna yung sa 3 variables. Huwag muna doon kasi X, Y, Z na yon. So may 3 plane na yon kasi. Huwag muna po yon. Kung mag-graph, doon lang tayo sa 2 variables. So kung solution lang naman, pwede tayo doon sa 3 variables. So tomorrow, we will be using Cramer's rule using 3 variables. Finding 3 variables na tayo bukas, ha? Maliwanag ba yung klase ngayon? Guys, sabihin nyo kung hindi nakakasunod, mabilis tayo, ha? Mikhail, please check nyo lang anak yung sign ng Y. Ay, sign ng X pala, sign ng X. Sign lang ng X. Okay? O, sige na. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, class. Hans.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you po.